Oh, we got a bus. We got a bus. Stop. Stop. Luna. The bus is gonna come and it's gonna cause her to have a meltdown. We need to run. We need to run, Luna. Come on. All right. Now that we're getting away from that bus. Yeah. Can't run as fast as you anymore. Okay. We should be good now. Man, I don't know what it is with. She got close to a van. You know, they took her in. It's probably a pretty traumatic experience for her. So maybe that's why she doesn't like the sound of a van. And also, maybe when she was in the streets, they said they found her with another dog. Like they were partners. You know, they're wolves, they're pack animals. So she made a little pack out there, you know, surviving. And, you know, surviving out there. And maybe they had like more dog, you know, maybe it was like a few of them. But when they were found two only, because maybe the third one got hit by a van or something. You know, that might have happened. So who knows why she doesn't like those big vans and trucks. Yeah, that's a weird one. Anyways, aside from that, she's pretty good. She seems to usually listen, except if there is a bus passing by, and she doesn't listen. She like loses control. She's like panic mode. She's like, oh my god, the bus is coming! Oh my god, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? And she just goes around in a circle. Blah, 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 goes around in a circle, goes around in a circle. What she needs to understand is that I'm Big Daddy. Okay? I'm Big Daddy. I will protect us. If there's anything to be scared of, I will let you know. If I'm not scared of it, you shouldn't be either. That's what I'm trying to get her to understand. It's very hard. Very hard. But you gotta do it. Yeah, my kids are great with her. You know, they want a smaller dog. We used to have a smaller dog, and now we have this big dog. And they like the smaller dog because it was just easier to like cuddle with, like on the couch in the bed. You know, with her, it's just, you know, she's a bigger dog, so it's a little trickier. I can manage, you know, I'll put her up on me like a little dog, no big deal. I wish I had her as a puppy. I wish we had her as a puppy and we could have raised her so she didn't have to go through those horrible things she went through in the streets. Who knows, you know, she's like, I'm happy that I went through them, but really some of that stuff could have not happened to me. When you go through stuff, it makes you stronger. It gives you a different perspective. It allows you to understand more situations clearer than perhaps someone who didn't go through that traumatic experience. You know? I think that you know, when you're raising your kids and you're well off, like, okay, my parents were like not rich. We were poor sometimes, lower middle class usually. Anyway, I missed out on some things. I, you know, couldn't keep up with every trend. You know, if you really think back to when you were a kid, those things were kind of a big deal. But you realize quicker that all that stuff doesn't really matter. You know, the logo of your clothes and things like that stuff is really irrelevant. And some people never learn that. And they always are in this world where they have to have the latest and be in the know of, you know, stuff like that, trends and stuff. And so you're thankful that you've seen stuff or you've gone through stuff. I know, maybe you're responsible for someone's death, as a kid, or maybe you saw some stuff go down. Maybe you were abused a little bit. Who knows? But all that stuff is kind of good. So the thing is that when you're kind of struggling and you live in the hood, things happen to you as a kid. It's very scary, but it really humbles you. Now, if you're successful and you came up from nothing, you want to be able to raise your kids in a way where you don't just give them an easy life. I mean, a lot of times parents want to give their kids a better life than they had growing up. And when you become successful and you have kids, you have to be careful to tread that line, because yes, you want them to have a better childhood than you did, but also you want to make sure that they still go through certain difficulties and hurdles, and maybe that means sometimes depriving them of things that you could give them, but maybe they don't deserve it, or maybe they need to learn a lesson by missing out on something. It's like a higher type of wisdom that you have to tap into. And your kids won't understand that, and they'll hate you, and that's fine. When you're poor, and you kind of finally understand that you're poor, you stop hating your parents so much. It's like you hate them for being poor. It's like, why did you even have kids if you couldn't afford it? If you couldn't get your kids a Nintendo 64, why did you even have kids, mom and dad? So they can suffer? Oh, yeah. Isn't that silly? That is so silly. Because life is a gift. And you can find a lot of joy just by helping others. There's a lot of joy in helping others. That's why, if you work, you don't like your job. Most jobs involve helping other people. In some capacity, you're helping another person. The IT guy is helping his coworkers or his company's clients, fix problems. The construction workers are building houses and fixing things for everyday use. And no matter what you do, some people work in retail and, they work directly with helping people buy things. No matter what it is that you do, though, you should, even if you hate it and it's not where you want to be right now, really just do it as best as you can. Maybe that's a lot easier said than done. But as soon as you make that switch, it's hard to go back. As soon as you decide to make that decision for the next hour, I'm going to do it in an amazing way. I'm going to have an amazing attitude about what I'm doing, and I'm going to do it in the best way possible. And you knock it out, you just feel so good about yourself. And you should, because you're serving others to your best of abilities. And there's a lot of fulfillment in doing that. So, no matter what you do it with love. Well, that's it for me. So, hope you enjoyed the stream, and talk soon. Talk tomorrow.